Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Holly. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Today I'm sharing with you a recipe for healthy baked oatmeal breakfast cups. And I'm also going to share with you some different flavor options that you can add to this. But the first part of it is the base for the muffins. You can actually use this just as a base itself to bake the muffins with this particular flavor. But I'm also going to show you some other flavor options to add to it. But very easy, very simple to make, and the recipe called for 3 cups of old-fashioned oats, and it also said for large flakes, but that is what's in my store, so that's what I bought. Didn't see anything on any labels saying large flakes, so I'm just using the regular old-fashioned oats. 3 eggs that are beaten. You will need 1 cup of milk. I'm using almond milk, so you can use any type of milk that you want for this. You will also need 2 bananas, and we're going to mash those up. So if you can get ripe ones, that would be great. This is about as ripe as I could get at my store, so that's what I have. And we'll use a 1/4 cup of honey or a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and I'm using honey for this. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. All I had was coarse sea salt, and I didn't want to use that, so I'm using just regular table salt for this. And I also realize you're supposed to put 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg to the base as well. The recipe she had written down twice, and one that I was going off of didn't show the nutmeg, the other one did, so I'm going to go ahead and add it. But take the 2 bananas and just mash those up as best that you can. You want to mash them up really well. Like I said, these were the ripest ones I could get in the store, so that's what I'm using, but as long as they're mashed up really well, it should work fine. And to the oats, you will add the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the baking powder, and the salt. So add your dry ingredients first, and I like to mix that in a little bit. Then add the 4 beaten eggs, and I like to add that vanilla to the eggs and add that to it. Then add the mashed bananas, add your milk, and either the honey or the maple syrup, whichever one you're using. Mix this up really well. You want to fully incorporate all those ingredients. Let that sit for about 10 minutes to let this thicken up. Now, once you leave the oats sit for about 10 to 15 minutes or so, it should soak up some of that liquid and it'll thicken up just a little bit. So once you have that, then you have your base for the muffins. And you will take 1/2 cup, and I will say this needs to be leveled off. I did not do that, and you'll see in a minute why you need to level it off. But add 1/2 cup to a bowl, and then for this first one, we're doing coconut blueberry muffins. So I'm adding 1 tablespoon of shredded coconut and a 1/4 cup of fresh blueberries, but you can also use frozen if you want. And I washed those. So just mix that up really well. And then you want to take a muffin tin, and you want to have that coated with some nonstick spray. And you will take 1/4 cup and scoop that into 2 of those muffin tins. So each one of these will make, each time you're making a flavored one, it will make 2 muffins. So as you can see, and I still had some left over, it should have been leveled off. And normally I would do that, and I just did not do that for this. But later I will take some of that out. But as you can see, I started to level it off when I started making the rest of these. And that's the best thing that you can do. It does make a difference in how much goes into those cups. Now this next one is an apple cinnamon flavor, so I took 1/4 cup of some diced apples and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Just mix that up, and then you will put that into 2 of the cups. And like I said, it's just 1/4 of a cup each. And anything that's left in the bowl, just put it into, just kind of divide it up into those two, because you will have a little bit from each one left after the 1/4 of a cup is in there. And I'm scooping out some of that from the blueberry because it was just too much. So like I said, always level off any kind of mixture that you're doing like this. It absolutely makes a difference. Now the next flavor is cranberry orange. So add 1/2 cup of the oatmeal base, and then add 1/4 of a cup of the dried cranberries, 1 tablespoon of orange zest, and then mix this thoroughly so that zest is mixed in well. Then just add it to 2 of the muffin cups. And the next one is a nut butter jam flavor. So you add 1/2 cup of that base, 2 tablespoons of nut butter, so you can add peanut butter, which is what I'm using. You can add cashews, almond butter, or seed butter. Now mix it until it's combined, and then you will take 1/4 of a cup again and add that to the muffin tin. And either take raspberry or strawberry, I'm using raspberry, a teaspoon, and put that on top of each of those. This is a double chocolate flavored one, so add a tablespoon of cocoa powder to the base, and then add a handful of dark chocolate chips to the rest of the mixture, and then mix this thoroughly, and then again add 1/4 of a cup each to the muffin cups. And for the last two, I'm just using the oatmeal banana base, and I still had more left, so I will just bake that up as well and maybe add some more flavorings to those. And you will bake this in the oven on 350 for 30 to 35 minutes until the edges become golden brown. And as you can see, this is what it looks like when they come out. You can see that blueberry spilled over, so you can see why it needs to be leveled off. But that's the apple cinnamon, the orange cranberry, and then that's the nut butter with the jam, the chocolate, and that's the banana bread one. And this is the first time I made these, and I'm pleasantly surprised how delicious they were. The blueberry reminded me of like a blueberry cobbler, and that orange with the cranberry, you can definitely taste the orange zest in that. The chocolate was very good. You feel like you're indulging in something that's not healthy. So these would be great if you're looking for healthy snacks or healthy breakfast that you can take along with you. And they store in the refrigerator for about a week and in the freezer for about 3 months, I believe. So you just heat these up in the morning and then you go off to wherever you have to go. Great, quick, healthy breakfast or a snack. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more like it, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will notify you when I post new videos. I hope everyone has a blessed day, a great week ahead. God bless y'all.